How do you help the local man or woman listen to this now that owns a business, doesn't have a billion people they're serving, right? How do you work together as a team maybe to think strategically and to think differently and to think bigger and believe bigger? How would you recommend people do that?
When I started my applied behavioral science journey working with companies, so when I first started my career, I was working with technology companies, more or less as a consultant. So companies would have trouble getting people to use their app or to use their website or their new product. And they'd bring me in and they'd say, what's going on here? Why aren't people using it every day, every week, every month? Why are they not forming a habit around it? Why are they not really building a routine around our service? And in the early days, what I thought was, okay, I learned all these great tips, tricks, tools from my behavioral science background. Let me just give them a whole host of 10 different tools that they could try and implement, or types of interventions they can implement. And that was my initial point of view, was just like, just try these generic things, try these general tried and true principles from the behavioral sciences. But what I learned very quickly was that actually these kind of generic copy and paste approaches where you're just like, oh, I read about foot in the door tactic in a book, or I learned about, oh, people are loss averse, you should use loss aversion framing or scarcity or social proof. These sorts of things, if you just apply them in a cookie cutter, not strategic way, they just don't really work that well. The effect sizes are really small. They're really not going to move the needle for you as a business.